that you moved. Say hi.
Morning.
There we go. I took a shower, but my eyes still look like they have stuff on. Do they?
No.
Oh, in the camera I did. Hello. It's weird you said Halamakahiho because I was looking at that sign on Kalakaua, just waiting for the light to change, and I'm just reading it and just saying it over in my head, like trying to say it right. So it's funny that you just... I mean, it's not funny, but whatever.
What that means?
Yeah, Merry Christmas or something.
No,
Happy holiday. Oh, okay, Happy New Year. Padaseo? What does that mean?
Happy New Year.
Oh, does that mean Happy New Year?
Wishing you the best.
Oh yeah, we haven't done one in the New Year yet, huh?
Oh no, we have the Chinese New Korean New Year.
I mean, me and you haven't done a video on the New Year.
Yeah, it's February 10th this year.
Oh, Chinese New Year. Yeah. Very different.
Korean Chinese, yeah.
What year is it? What's the animal?
Wood dragon.
A wood dragon?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Dragon is actually, go ahead.
Mine's pig.
Mina.
Mine was a couple. Oh, it's Mina's?
Yeah.
Oh.
I had a dream about her, a long dream on New Year's.
What happened?
Nothing. Still just in my.
Anything she'd never get?
In my dream, I'm always like either sad or I don't remember that she's gone.
Dead.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's always like just hanging around.
His cousin, who she grew up here with, passed on a couple of years ago, and he occasionally has dreams about her.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she is alive wherever you're going now. As you know, from me always yelling about it. When you dream, you leave your body when you're sleeping. You have to go out of your body for whatever processes that go on.
Oh yeah, watch those small documentaries about, like there's this neurosurgeon, surgeon, and she was very atheist.
Yeah.
And I guess she was dead for like literally 30 minutes, they said, like brain dead. But he said he was somewhere else. So,
oh, he had an experience?
Yes, because he's like, well, if you're brain dead, how could you even have that experience?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they said he was dead.
So
30 minutes,
it changed
like,
his mind about like the afterlife or something?
So he just talks about it.
Huh.
And he's like some famous neurosurgeon.
What is going on with all this shit everywhere?
Yeah, I think it's that guy.
Yeah, you know.
I saw him buy our trash last night.
Oh.
Him and someone else. Yeah.
Well, not that guy right there. Oh, another guy?
No, that guy.
Oh, artist, bro?
The art guy, yes.
The painter guy?
Yeah.
Oh, he's by our trash?
Yeah, I saw him looking in our trash.
Oh, wow. That's sad.
Yeah.
He's okay. Like, he's all right. It's just that wherever someone sets up shop, they attract other people.
Right.
And some of those other people are not all right.
Yeah, he had some other people around him. I remember, like...
Oh, no, that's not good.
Some Asian lady.
He really, like, hangs on to this neighborhood, like...
Yeah, well, they said they always go same area.
Like Dan, remember when Dan?
It's a familiar place.
Right. You feel bad. It's like, but what can you do? You know, look at how many times we got screwed over trying to help people. You know, the few people that really, I don't know, did we end up really ever helping anyone in the long run? I helped John
they have to help themselves.
Get his housing by giving him address and things like that. Although it got the DEA, I got on the DEA fucking list because of that.
Got your mail.
I didn't know he was, you know, a person of interest.
Watched,
so that's how I started getting being watched, which was I don't think I've ever talked about that on the channel. That was a fun fucking couple summers.
Careful who you give your mailbox
right,
to.
Right. But yeah, I noticed last night. Do you see the guy we walked by, the guy in the wheelchair? There's a guy in a wheelchair. He was covered up by a blanket. We just walked by him on the street.
Right now?
Yeah.
No.
We're painter, bro. When I was saying, what's with all this shit here?
No, I didn't know there was anyone there.
Yeah, there's a guy across the street. I saw him get dropped off last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was doing a video, and he mentioned it in the video. He got dropped off by a white kind of truck, and then there was these two females, all new mainlander residents, if you know what I'm saying, and they were like, okay, you know, they're asking. It was almost like they're asking them if you need anything else before they leave.
Oh, maybe
you know,
they work for the state or something.
Well, no, the people that dropped I didn't see who dropped them off, but there were these two other local, well, not local, they were certainly weren't local, they're new people. So a few gals that,
Maybe that way?
yeah, we'll wait for the light.
Yeah.
Wait for the light.
I mean,
And they were coming up to him like, all right, well, we have to go or something. And they left him there. And so I don't know. A lot of new homeless people come up too. I've noticed that with the bags. They get dropped off in our neighborhood. I always kind of thought that. And then I watched a documentary about homeless people. And a guy that was doing, he's not from here, but he's here doing a thing on him. And he was like, a bus brings them to Waikiki when they first arrive. I'm like, I always knew that. Because I see them coming up that street where they got the bags.
Right.
The black bags, all the same bag.
The
First place they go is the Princess's Park,
okay.
Triangle Park. And then they kind of hang around until they figure out
where they want to
stay. But, yeah, they have problems on that street over there with homeless people all the time.
Since when?
Well, it's where Painter Bro used to be.
I know, but like since when? Before it was closed.
It got cleaned up, and now it's back again. The problem is, homeless people carry a lot of stuff. And wherever they go, they make stacks of garbage, like what we saw back there.
Yeah.
They bring trash with them and lay it out. I mean, there's a psychological thing going on there. And I think it has to do with the broken window theory type
that's
stuff.
their home.
Like, well, this is what, if I make this shitty here, then you won't give me a problem for being here because I belong here. See, it's shit. It's fucking sad, but that's what they do.
Is this gonna change ever?
Honey, is anything ever gonna change?
That was 2 lights already.
Yeah, so the reason I wanted to make sure I came here this morning, because I saw him getting dropped off last night. I'm like, I don't know anything about that guy, so I don't want her having to deal with him in the morning. If he's like a drunk, you know, weirdo. Some of them get drunk and on drugs and they start yelling at people, you know.
You worry about me?
Yeah, I don't.
Are you serious?
Well, he was a new. They just dropped him off last night there,
like
and
I deal with
I'm like, well, that's obviously his new home.
No, I'm not gonna. You know how I am.
I know, but I don't know. You know, some of them get a hold of that liquor.
Yesterday morning, this dog was
That malt liquor.
coming by me and start growling at me.
A dog?
Yeah, and the lady was right there, the owner.
It wasn't a pit bull, was it?
No.
I'm so sick of seeing pit bulls here
and
too.
she didn't have him on a leash. And
Really?
he was like, "Rrr," and I was like, I went like this.
Yeah.
I'm not in the mood. Don't even go
No, don't. What? She shouldn't. If it's a dog, it's gonna. I'd kick that thing right in the fucking face.
there. No, it's a dog.
Yeah, but if these people have vicious dogs that are growling at you.
But he wasn't. He was just growling at me, so I just growled back.
Yeah, no, don't let a fucking dog, someone who's not gonna watch their dog, or someone that's, you know, not gonna take care of their dog, or
Yeah, she didn't
hold
even
their
say
dog.
like sorry, nothing. She was just like,
Was she like a new mainlander?
I don't know. Yeah, she doesn't seem local. It was like,
Yeah, I get you. Nup said. Yeah, I try to explain, like I try to explain that situation as delicately as possible in here. It's like, it's just, you only saw certain kinds of people here before, prior to the lockdowns, you know? Mainly it was just all like Asians and some white people.
yes.
But when the lockdowns came, a lot of people had to leave because of what happened with because of what happened with the money. When the government got the money, well, you know, I don't have to tell you, they held on to the money, wouldn't give anybody the federal money. So what that did is it made people have to move out because they couldn't afford to live here.
They didn't get it for like 3-4 months.
Yeah, more. Yeah. Some people didn't ever get it.
Yeah, because they said
But they kept lying. They said, we need more people to help pass it out.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, now we have too many people. We need a bigger place to work on this. So what they would do is they'll hold the money to force people out. And unfortunately, it became a lot of generational islanders, local people got pushed out.
They get interest.
Yes, they had to go to Vegas or the fucking woods. So meanwhile, while this happens,
Homeless, yeah.
they had a thing where they could convert any living space into low-income housing. A lot of landlords don't even live here, so they don't care. And the government was saying, hey, look, we don't know how long this COVID thing's going to go on. No one has money, right? Because we're not getting it to them. So if you want money, you can convert your space to low-income housing, and we'll pay you.
Right.
And that's why
and it's secured,
the place next door that used to be for old people and like is now a lot of young mainlanders.
It was a senior citizen housing.
Yeah. And it and they brought in a shit ton of people to fill all the units that they emptied out by forcing people out, you know? It's crazy. But I mean, people will ask me about it sometimes, like neighbors will talk about it, but it's always...
Why would they just like stand right in
I don't know, people do that all the time. It's like, people have a problem with physics here. They don't...
Dude, move to the side, it's a sidewalk.
Right. No, I do, that's why I do that all the time. I'm always freaking out about people.
Because they're not conscious.
No, they don't have a consciousness on
Almost they're like so selfish, they don't think about nothing else.
No, they're literally fucking robots.
It's called manners. Etiquette.
No, it's called
mannerism.
It's called fucking consciousness. Not having any. That's most people are on. They're not trying to be dicks. Even though they look like dicks. They act like dicks, but they don't want to be.
Yeah.
They're not aware. Exactly.
It's like they're, like you said, they're empty.
They're empty. They're just shells. And so in the stores it's fucking aggravating too. You get the main walkway to get through like the store, like Ross, and people just standing there like having a fucking meeting. It's like, dude, you know people have to walk through here, right? How do you not know this?
Or like the escalator, they will stop right there, and you're like, wait, we got no.
Right. I sometimes like I just gotta kind of ignore it and kind of tune it out.
Yeah.
But it's hard to do sometimes, man.
My mom does that too sometimes, but she's old. So.
Yeah,
Right.
but she has a soul.
Yeah.
All right, Bob, give me a kiss.
She
I'll
has
see
a
you there.
beautiful soul. Love you.
All right,
Be
love you too,
careful.
Mom. Yeah, I'm just gonna walk up
Text
here a
me
little
when
bit.
you get home.
All right, love you. Yeah, of course. Walk up here to the beach. This is yesterday was Friday, which means right now it's early Saturday morning. It's like 5:30, not quite 6 o'clock. So sometimes on the weekends, like now, you get people that are still having a Friday night out here, which is always fun to watch. I don't really go hard like that anymore. You just like, it's cliche, as the French say. You when you get older, you just don't have it. You don't have it in you to burn the candle like that. Plus, all my friends are fucking gone. They all get fucking relocated and replaced with a lot of not so friendly people. But hey, it's life, you know. I'm just salty about it. Mainly because, like, in most of my adult life, I was always squarely in the poverty bracket. You know, even though I had a decent job most times, or a couple, I was also an artist and musician. And when you're not successful and you're doing that semi full-time, it costs money. Like, money just goes out. You know, you score a credit card, use it to travel, burn it out. You know, it's just like, it costs money. So it's always subsisting, just getting by. So a lot of times, like in my adult life, I lived in, you know, fairly shitty neighborhoods. So it's like, you know, the shit that goes along with that. So when I moved here, I was psyched. because I'm like, wow, there's just like Asians, you know, the islanders out there here, and they're cool. I mean, I never had a problem with them. I know they don't like white people or whatever, but I never really experienced that myself. But yeah, a lot of families, a lot of older people, but none of the bullshit that you have to deal with in bad neighborhoods. I was so happy when I moved here. I'm like, holy shit, this is great. I walk around all hours of the night. I let my security system atrophy. My onboard security got really soft. And with the lockdowns, it got even softer because I was only one of the only few people walking around out here. Everybody else was hiding in their houses under a table. But then, I mean, I had the benefit of knowing very early that it was a load of shit, the whole thing. So, I mean, if it was an actual thing, well, if it was an actual thing, everything would be different. The airport would have been closed. So it's hard to really put myself in that mindset. But if I thought there was something deadly going on that could hurt people or be passed to other people, as they claim, maybe I would be hiding in the house too. But I knew like almost right away that it was bullshit, you know. And I mean, clearly, like I said, the fucking airports would have been closed. They didn't. People kept coming in. People would travel here and they'd have to, like, with some crazy amount of time, they had to be quarantined before they could leave their hotels. So some people would just come here and stay on the hotel grounds, which is, I think, what they want for this area eventually. I think that's the long-term plan for it, is to make this place kind of like those vacation destinations you go to where you can't leave the hotel grounds because you'll get fucking kidnapped or fucking, you know, jumped, robbed, stabbed. It's inhospitable to leave the grounds. I think that's what they want for here. And I think the rail has a lot to do with that. The rail is going to be what moves the people that are going to come in here to just work. No one's going to live here that doesn't have an extreme amount of money. They're not going to live in my area for sure. It'll be all low-income housing. It'll be one big bad neighborhood, just like they have in a lot of those countries where you come for vacation, you stay on the hotel grounds, and you can't leave them, you know, otherwise, you know, you're taking a gamble. So I think that they've already signed on for whatever that thing is, the 2030 stuff, where, well, it used to be called something else. I think it's called 2030 now. Green living. I call it stack and pack, because what they do is they have these housing units that are like storage places, except for people. The units are very small. They're windowless. The outside of the door, I've seen like blueprints of these things. It's almost like, you ever see The Fifth Element? Yeah. It's like where Bruce Willis lived, without the window. So I think their ultimate plan for this place is you have the people that are going to make slave wages washing the feet of the rich who visit here, and they're going to be shipped in and out with the rail, because they're not going to live around here. They're going to live way out where they're not near the water. You know, some of the before they made a lot of regular spaces here, low-income spaces, some of the low-income spaces or free income, where they had a lot of the poorer people and a lot of islanders, which is fucking pornographic. There's like one that I'm thinking of in particular. It's like a military base. There's no trees. It's all like, you have a gate that you drive into. It's like the blueprint for what they want for people who are still going to be able to remain here to live in. So they'll ship them off on the rail to their stack and pack living. Ship them here so they can do their work. They can wash the feet, right? And then they ship them right back. No one's living here except people that are going to be living here on the government, you know, for free. Which usually means a lot of crime, a lot of bullshit, you know, like the places I lived, you know. And it's already begun with importing people from the mainland that are on the government. They're on the government dime. I've had some people kind of help me out with figuring out some of the things I didn't know. And, you know, I get information with anonymity, like, you know, of course, I'm not going to say anyone's name or anything. I mean, I'm not going to reveal any of these sources, but I can't even say some of the stuff because the information I get would kind of, if it came out, would almost, you'd be able to tell where these people work or how they work in the state, you know. But yeah, it's pretty grim, and it's headed in a grimmer direction, you know. It's just, what are you gonna do? It's kind of the same plan they have, or they've been having for every major city shit in the West, you know. It's just, what are you gonna do? It's fine now. You know, a lot of people lament the loss of a regular society, or what we've come to enjoy as what civilization is just going to break down, because you're not going to have anyone in these civilizations that can maintain it, upkeep it, or give a fuck about being a civilization. It's all going to be one bad neighborhood. It's all going to be one bad neighborhood. And you know what? That's fine. Because this whole system, this whole situation they're designing and have been working toward for years now, all has to come down. It's Satan's fucking kingdom. It's got to come down, you know. So, whatever. I had some good years here, though. When I first moved here, you know what, I got like 5 good years before they came with the coof and changed up everything. And in those 3 years, we had the switch of population, and now we have that big jump in crime, almost 50%. Little things in the neighborhood. I noticed we never had security guards in every store. Now we do. Every store has security guards. Even the ABCs, the ones you walk into that are just like convenience stores that are on like every block, they all have security guards now. A lot of stores have things that, you know, those smile, you're on camera type of signs to let you know that you got those everywhere now. Some really shitty graffiti. Like Hawaii had some good graffiti artists, and if you go around the island, especially in the Honolulu area, there's some really nice stuff, like colorful, beautiful murals that are painted by artists. In fact, they just had one done a couple streets down from me. I'll have to walk by it, where they purposely let people, you know, whatever they did. I don't know if they paid people to do it or something, but they allowed them to do this whole mural in color. Looks fucking great. The new graffiti that we have here that keeps getting covered up, and they come right back again and do it, is the shit graffiti that I used to see in the bad neighborhoods growing up. Misspelled words, trying to tell you who the king is. For people that don't have a pot to piss in, they really love the monarchy. Some of the people on the lower end of the economic spectrum. So a lot of crowns. It's like, and then they'll put all the stuff, misspelled words, crowns, just really shitty, like low IQ fucking graffiti. It's not nice. And then they come and they paint it over, especially here because it's a tourist area. They don't want people seeing that shit. These people aren't used to that. They're used to like tagging an area and it stays that way. So they've been going back and forth on it with these guys, you know, and it's just showing up everywhere. Just all this stuff we never had before. And it's like, I wonder what it could be. But yeah, whatever. It's fine. Like I said, it all has to come down. It all has to get destroyed. And, you know, that's part of it. You know, Satan's kingdom, man. It's got to come down. You know, the whole system. You know, you're not going to grow anything out of the soil here. Like this thing, right? Like people talk about like things getting better or getting some kind of good thing back. There is no. The point isn't to do that. The point is to let it fall apart. It has to go down. I'm not going to stand here all fucking day. It has to fall apart because it's not good. You know, what they have isn't good. The system, it was built to implode anyway. Over here in America especially. You know, it served the purpose, which was to prop up that other fake country they got in the desert. This was kind of used as a satellite kind of place, a very big one, where they could get resources passed through to help set up the motherland over there. And it was meant to do that, right, from the very beginning. You know, you look at all the Freemason connections of the so-called founding fathers, who may not even be real people. I mean, whether or not they existed, you know, who even knows? You know, the more I learn from history, the more I think about, you know, the more you look at things that is supposed to be real history, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's like how people used to get down on the thing that happened in World War II, like challenging that, the validity of that. You can do that with everything now. Everything. I mean, the Columbus thing, the North Atlantic slave trade didn't happen. All kinds of shit like that. You look back at history and it's all fabricated. And you kind of wonder, like, how long this history that we're currently living in has really been going. Some people say this group that we're a part of started in the late 1800s, or we repopulated after a shake-up of the snow globe or a reset or whatever. And I think what they think is that they're going to do that again. But it's not going to happen like that again because we're at the end. Otherwise, okay, if we weren't at the end, I wouldn't be talking about it because I wouldn't know about it. You know, there's a revealing that has happened. It's the end of an age, end of a cycle. They've done this too many times. And whatever the system they use to do it, whether it's something, a technology, or it's some fucking magical thing, their system of transmutation is fucked. Because they just overused it. They've done the same scenario over and over again. Whatever it is that they use, whatever method to extract our energy, our divinity, our God force, to create the fucking stupid clown world you see around you, they're losing control of it. It's wearing out, it's wearing thin. You know, that's why you talk about seeing through the veil. The veil is becoming thin. Biblically, the scales are coming off your eyes, being able to see things. Their shit's fucking failing. And they know it. They know it. I said many times, they're not operating from a place of strength right now. They're operating from a place of desperation and spite. The beast knows it's dying. Of course. It couldn't win anyway. But I think they thought they had one more go-round of the sloosh harvesting thing. But they don't. And the beast is going into the pit. It's writhing on the ground and it's flapping its fucking tentacles everywhere, trying to smack anything it can to grab it and take it down into the pit with it. All we have to do is avoid the fucking tentacles and we'll be fine. We're going to be fine anyway. I think I don't really highlight that enough because I always get caught up in the, you know, the evil of everything. The fact is, like, the real fact is that we're going to be fine. We're all going to be fine. You know, those with the eyes to see, ears to hear, ability to understand. people that have a connection to God and our divinity, our birthright as a divine being. We're part of God. We're going to be fine. You know, this is a little blip. This is a little thing. It was supposed to be a lot more of a blip, but we ended up getting stuck here a little longer than we initially were supposed to be because his guys kind of fucked him over. I feel like I've gone over this so many times that I apologize to people that's had to hear it so many times. But basically, I believe, this is just my opinion, that this place was some kind of school or a learning place. Some in the schizo community say it was a bit more hardcore, like Matt from Quantum calls it a Spartan training ground, to help shape your divinity to better become a better divine being, son of and daughter of God, because I mean, we're not, sex is only something here. We're actually just one whole fucking thing. But it was designed, right, for that purpose, and his own guys fucked him over. Hence the school was turned into a farm. Instead of helping us learn, they said, hey, you know, instead of training the boss's kid, we could suck his fucking, or her, or its energy and live like kings and queens ourselves in this material world where we don't have to serve God. We'll be gods here. So that's what they did, you know, and that was never going to end well, and it's not going to. So this whole thing here is just a little blip. It's a very small nothing to us, and it's really nothing to us as far as time, because time is something that only exists here in this spot. So once we're out of here, the whole pressure of time, the burden of time, the very idea of it as a concept is just gone. It doesn't exist. At that point, we'll be like a lot of new residents. We don't no concept of time. But it won't be because we're missing our prefrontal cortex. It'll be because time only exists here. You know, in this little training test area, whatever fucking thing it was. I mean, so we're gonna be fine. We're all gonna be fine. I don't know if we'll remember this place like super well. I think it's like almost like a dream type of scenario. Like, you know, you wake up in the morning and you have like a dream in your head. You remember what you were dreaming about. But as the day goes on, you start to remember less about the dream, and it becomes almost impossible to remember. Like sands through the hourglass. So are the days of our lives. Dust, wind, dude. That was Socrates. I think he came up with that one. That movie was so good, that first one. I mean, it wasn't great cinema or anything, but God, I watched that, the newest one, the third. I'm talking about Bill and Ted, by the way, if you didn't get any of those references. If you're under the age of 90, maybe you didn't, but I watched that newer one, and God, is that awful. Awful. It's just all the stuff, you know. I mean, you don't even have to break it down anymore. You know what it is. You know what the point is. To just demoralize, humiliate, you know. It's all about demoralization. You know, that's their gig, because they want you to feel bad, feel mad, be frustrated that you ruined something you loved, because then you go low vibration, and then you're creating loosh for them that they like to, or they need to sustain themselves and to also power this farm here. So they want you perpetually in that low vibrational frequency. They can't use high vibration. There's nothing they can do with that. So that's why everything is geared toward making you scared, worried, depressed. Fear is the one that they get the most out of. It creates the most loosh. And lately I've been thinking about the idea that the loosh actually can manifest as something almost, well, the way it would look in the astral realm or the ether, it looks like a block of goo, which is the basis for all that stuff that you see in media, because they always show you. They have to show you. There's some weird cosmic fucking rules they play by. It creates that shit. And that's what they used to eat. If you're laughing, it means you're not afraid. You're not in a fear state when you're laughing. When you're really laughing. I don't mean like laugh nervously hiding under the desk because, you know, I was just gonna, I have to, sometimes I have to stop myself. I stop myself because I have to, because I want to use, you know, this footage. You don't even know, man, how many times I'll be recording something. Well, you don't know. How would you fucking know? You don't, you know, only I would know. The, where I'll, you know, I'll be going for like 15, 20 minutes, and then I can't help it. I just have to make some retarded comment or joke that is, of course, hilarious, but is not gonna make it past YouTube. Maybe not immediately, but it could be something that if someone wanted to give me a hard time about it, they could. I mean, they could do that with anything. I think at this point, you just have to tell those people to fuck off, and I kind of do. I don't get a lot of that though. You know, most of what I get is positive, which is good. You know. But the if I can avoid running afoul of the censorship, I will. You know, without because I don't know what's acceptable anymore. They don't tell you. I've been banned 3 times, and I don't really know why I was banned on any of those times, because they give you some vague fucking thing, and they don't really expand, whatever. They do something. They don't tell you exactly what happened, you know? I don't know, whatever. I'm just bitching now. I'm just yelling at a cloud again. There's a lot of clouds to yell at, though. I mean, we're in the, you know, we're in the final stretch here. But that's all right. It's gonna be okay. We're all gonna make it. The bad guys lose, and they knew they were gonna lose from the beginning. Any kind of thing about them fighting or trying to rally people to their cause, they think they can kill God by smashing particles together and summoning Lovecraftian assholes. They can't win. Their master knows they can't win. He'll let them fucking go on though, trying to do dumb shit thinking they can. Because like I said, he wants anything he can get before he goes into the pit, even if it's just like to ruin your life or ruin other people's divinity or chances of having any life beyond this little fucking half-hour test that turned into a fucking 20-year one. It's all gonna be fun. Hey, there's the moon. 500,000 miles away. I can see the craters on it, right? I can see the craters on it, but I can't read that sign. I see there's words to it, but I can't read it, right? But that's 500,000 miles. Okay. All right. Okay. You know what I mean? What are you gonna do though? We're all gonna be fine. I'm gonna go shuffle around Ross and try to get someone to sell me a Google Play card. Usually at this time of the morning, it's hard to do because people figure, well, there's no one in the store. I'm gonna just fuck off in the back room, and then you have to be the asshole that makes people work. I hate that, but what are you gonna do? I need my fucking Google Play card. What the fuck? People need things. First world problems. I do miss the first world, though. I really do sometimes. I really do sometimes. People crack on this place and use third world as I don't think it's third world. It's a developing nation, kind of. It's not America. It's a fucking occupied territory. You know. What they've done to the people here is fucking crazy. Despite, even though that, you know, their actions and behavior over history have kind of aided in their ability to get fucked, still, you know, it's the beast, man. It takes what it wants. Alright. I'll be back with some more uplifting shit. Some more uplifting shit later. Still playing the teacher. Playing the school.